Red Bull Racing, 6-time Constructors Champions. The team that once felt unstoppable, unshakable, untouchable in recent years, now stands at a crossroads. And what's unfolding behind the scenes is no less than a high-stakes gamble with no backup plan in sight. It looks like they're doomed to fail in the near future, and there's nothing they can do. The year is 2025, and Formula One's next era is fast approaching. In 2026, new rules will shake the sport to its core. Lighter cars, hybrid engines running on 50% electric power and sustainable fuel. It's a massive reset, one that recalls the 2014 regulation change that catapulted Mercedes into a dynasty. But this time, it's Red Bull throwing the dice. Christian Horner wasn't hiding the stakes before his dismissal. "We understand the pressure that there is next year," he admitted, "with us coming in as a new power unit manufacturer. The challenge of that is enormous." Red Bull is building its own engines for the first time ever under the new Red Bull Powertrains project, with Ford backing the effort. It's bold, it's risky, it's exactly the kind of all-in move you'd expect from a team that's used to winning. But here's the twist: there's no safety net. Not anymore. Rumors had been swirling. What if things go wrong? What if Red Bull's in-house engine isn't ready? Could Honda swoop in and save the day, just like they did in 2019? The answer came swiftly and with finality. "That is not possible at all," said Koji Watanabe, Honda's Racing Corporation president. "Even if we were asked to do it now, it would be too late to make it in time for 2026. The chances are zero. Zero. No backup. No plan B. Red Bull will be the first team in Formula One history to go from customer to constructor, to build its own hybrid engine from scratch without a manufacturer parent company behind it. The engineering challenge is massive. The political risk, even bigger. One slip, and the team could find itself on the back foot for years. And the paddock? It's watching. Closely. Back in April, rumors had surfaced that only one team had made real progress on their 2026 engine. All signs pointed to Mercedes. The same Mercedes that dominated when hybrid power units were introduced in 2014. Could they be about to do it again? Helmut Marko doesn't think so. "Mercedes has declared itself the favorite," he said, "but nothing has proven that." He insists Red Bull isn't worried, that their combustion engine is smaller than the one in my lawnmower, and that they're confident in their battery and biofuel development with Exxon. But confidence isn't proof, and the silence from inside Red Bull's development program is loud. Even Horner admitted a couple of months ago that the optics could be brutal. To expect us to be ahead of Mercedes next year it would be embarrassing for Mercedes if we were. Think about that. That's not exactly a vote of confidence, it's a deflection. It suggests Red Bull knows they're behind. That catching up will take time. And time is ticking. There's more. This entire 2026 project, the new engines, the new direction, it's also about one man, Max Verstappen. Yes, he's under contract until 2028. Yes, he's still Red Bull's golden boy. But his camp has had renewed conversations with Mercedes. He's watching closely. If Red Bull gets this wrong, if that new engine doesn't fire on all cylinders, Verstappen might walk. And here's where it gets really messy. McLaren has already stolen Red Bull's thunder this season, running 288 points ahead in the constructors' standings. Oscar Piastri leads the Drivers' Championship, and while Verstappen's not out of the fight yet, he's 69 points behind. Red Bull has quietly shifted its focus to 2026. "There is a precise division of how the wind tunnel and all the tools are used," Marko said. "At some point, however, we will say, that's it for further development." That point is now. Red Bull is essentially done developing its 2025 car. They're already betting everything on 2026. But what happens if the engine fails? What if the battery tech isn't ready? What if Mercedes nails the new rules again? There's no Honda lifeline. "Even if we were asked to do it now, the chances are zero," Watanabe repeated. Honda has moved on. They're fully committed to Aston Martin for 2026, already deep into testing with a new power unit and custom gearbox. That door is shut, bolted, and buried. Red Bull stands alone. And so, we're left with the image of the world's most dominant team in recent years walking a tightrope above the 2026 abyss. No safety net, no second chances. The next era will define their legacy. Will they rise as pioneers, or fall as cautionary tales? But while Red Bull might be standing tall on the outside, inside the walls of Milton Keynes, pressure is mounting like never before. Because this isn't just about building an engine, it's about keeping the whole empire from cracking. When Horner talked about having chassis engineers sitting next to engine engineers, he painted a picture of harmony, of synergy, of everything clicking under one roof. But reality is messier. The truth is, Red Bull has never built a hybrid engine before. And even with Ford's help, they're venturing into territory that has humbled giants before. Let's not forget what happened the last time someone got these regulations wrong. In 2014, Renault's misfire left Red Bull stranded, fumbling for relevance as Mercedes ran circles around the rest of the field. It took them nearly a decade to fully claw their way back. That's the kind of time Red Bull does not have right now. So when Horner said, maybe it won't be in 26, but 27, 28 and beyond, long-term for Red Bull, 100% it is the right thing. It's not just reassurance, it's a plea for patience. He knows what's coming, that 2026 might be a write-off, that Max Verstappen might not wait around for 2027 or 2028. And what if Max does walk? Even if Red Bull believes he's committed, his silence has been louder than ever. The whispers about Mercedes aren't going away, not after Toto Wolff left the door slightly ajar. And while Red Bull says Max is still on board, they also know his loyalty is built on performance, not promises. The second seat, even shakier. Liam Lawson and Yuki Tsunoda have both struggled to make a real impact. Neither has shown the firepower to be a clear long-term number two, let alone a leader if Verstappen leaves. Red Bull's future, once blindingly secure, suddenly feels brittle. Meanwhile, down the pit lane, Honda's eyes are locked on a different future, one with Aston Martin, and they're not looking back. "We've already done multiple tests," said Watanabe. "The gearboxes that Aston Martin is producing are gradually approaching the final specification." That's the kind of development talk Red Bull isn't ready to share. Because Red Bull isn't ready. Not yet. It's not about doom, it's about doubt. For the first time in years, there's a crack in the Red Bull armor, and everyone sees it. Mercedes is circling, McLaren is dominating, Honda has moved on. And the 2026 regulations don't care about past trophies or PR spin. They only reward those who get it right first. So where does this leave Red Bull? Alone, exposed, pressured to deliver not just a car, but a revolution. One that must fire up on time, run perfectly, and keep their star driver glued to the seat. All while balancing a cost cap, a shifting driver market, and the ghost of Mercedes' past dominance rising once again. And here's the real kicker. This isn't a secret. Everyone in the paddock knows it. Every rival team, every analyst, every fan. They know Red Bull has no fallback, no Renault to call, no Honda to rescue them. It's all or nothing. So, we ask, has Red Bull gone too far? Has their hunger to control everything left them exposed? Or is this the greatest gamble in Formula One history about to pay off? Whatever the answer, it's coming soon. The factories are humming. The dynos are spinning. And the first laps of 2026 are drawing near. And when those engines fire up for the first time, when the silence breaks and the truth comes screaming down the straight, we'll all know, did Red Bull make history or a historic mistake? Let us know what you think. Will Red Bull rise with Ford in 2026, or are they about to fall flat on the world's biggest racing stage? Drop your theories below, because if we've learned anything from F1's past, it's that empires rise quickly, but they crumble even faster.